This first one, it's called Mistakes by a Hooker. Will she cry again tonight? She falls asleep with the fact she can't come back. Each day for an extra dollar, she lets the lonely sad men inside her as a trust fund because she can't make no money. She says to herself only a year and a bit. And then 5 years later, back on the job, a sense of fear and anxiety with the loathing. She can't help it because no one understands. It's a fucked up game. She says, I do this for my kids, but how can she face them with what she knows? The men look at her as an object, and she knows fucked it up. She knows the degenerates. She tells me I can't wait till I'm loved by a real man. I want to be free from this low point of my life. I can't come back. But she can. She just has to close her legs, but that's all she knows. She lies to herself, saying it's okay. But how can she love again when the one aspect of love is purity and strength to hold back, and treat sex as an aspect of love when her pleasures are gone? It's just a job now that she needs to provide. It all started with the rape and abuse of those close, so she's lost in the sense of pleasure with sex. She has no emotion or feeling towards it. She tries hard to make you believe she feels, but deep inside she can't. She can't really come back, especially when you know her past. It's a sad state of affairs. As she moves closer to the end, she inhales the devil smoke to feel something. Then the needle's in, hope to find the dragon, and then when it gets too much, some fat ugly cunt who can't get laid pays her for something that should be earned. She does it anyway to fuel the drugs and maybe pay some rent. Her pimp constantly steals and takes advantage of her, but she's not the only one. He has no soul, but neither does she. As time goes, by the devils sing. To her mind, she can't come back, but she needs the devil to protect her from the demons who force themselves. Because, like I said, they see her as an object and nothing more. But the devil pimp protects her from harm, but never mind. And then it gets too much. She has no idea with what to do. She becomes overwhelmed. The devil's smoke and a needle in her arm. That's the last time she'll ever feel pain again. And her family and friends don't even cry or pray. They just leave. And I hope she finds the next afterlife better than this one. So that was kind of the first one. Bit dark, but fuck it. Kind of based on a story. This one's called Uncle Ho. Alright. Find between each enlightened settlement that controls her mind. The father of the great prophecy must control and destroy, but in order to make a legacy valid, the destruction and control must come from opposing and foreign forces, to instill the trust and passion and the willing to die for the homeland, and to feel the end game of a freeing of your community from such horrific things that deny your values and culture, those from the state and a man to come one. With this own, must know these factors in order to remain a prominent force to destroy what will become. With each line, the course that we settle to, engage on what will be our future, the success of one man to control what doesn't include the remaining side parts that will change the courses of history, is an ongoing thing. Whether to engage or face has yet to be seen, to comprehend, and no brain will truly sympathize the true horror and hardship that will arrive without no source of past events that shape the trajectory of the future that will impose on our offspring and will be one man or woman that holds the fate of a country and endure or suffer or destroy and impose such vile laws and practices that make life for the common folk hell. So that's kind of my take on Ho Chi Minh. I wrote that in Vietnam, seeing Ho Chi Minh's dead body, seeing everything, and kind of wondering, was he that bad? You know? The people still loved him, but yeah. And this one's kind of based on Vietnam, I guess. called Final Lines. The causes create such vile pain and suffer from the orange gas imploding on the poor people, the vile after effects to win injustice, pain and anger controlled for nothing, silent everlasting effects for nothing, but within great injustice becomes a foreseen future to endure. The pain of becoming one with the culture, the people as it becomes one, move on to the fun side of life. They can enjoy every moment of life, kids, family, passion, small things, like a drink before the day begins. Make sure life you learn past to praise the now. There will be a time where we unfortunately come to the realization we are all fucked, can't control the lines of the higher powers. The moment of that conclusion, the people will rejoice and find a way to enjoy it. Ignorance is bliss. Hold me close with the love of the people. Tell the future that life sucks, mastered the own thoughts and controlled desires of the devils that control the soul of the line crosses. I will figure out a way to become one with myself. No orange gas will destroy the soul of the people. Stay alive. Never let them win as I cry tonight waiting for you. But love will come. Hold me close. Watch me wonder. How can I find solace in this land? Never come to my own. Forsake, never wonder. But wonder why the hell that comes. The hell will come and set us back, but humans will strive forward. No compassion will implode. We need the sets of life under a stand. The concept of horrific beings. Never let the sun not shine. And I felt like I could have connected both of those. Oh well, I'll work on that. Next one. This is about the confusion of love, I guess. That's kind of what the poem is called. I thought of three dark ones and one kind of dark, but it's about love. True passion. I want to embrace, controlled without my mind. I find the impression that holds the empowered kings that control the situation. The trees grow and define what nature is. How can I help no one? No one informs you on the way to find peace and solace. Completely abstracted from my own personal biological desires to become a conqueror, I need to control all what is around. Yet I can't imagine a place where I'm not alone, but all are complex. Is the same. Nothing lasts, nothing stays. Yet reality forces the move to abstain and embody the forces that cannot be seen, but can be embraced. And yet I discover a mind of love and lust without pain and ambition. Those around cannot understand the system. Has I comprehended the masters of my own conclusion? To discover the science and mass distinction between life and what's next, I go beyond myself to truly understand what I can't see and what I can't hear, but yet I know in my soul that love exists. Alright, so that was kind of a peaceful one. What the fuck is this one? I think oh yeah. Never mind. Sorry about that. Oh yeah. Okay. Now this one's a dark one. It's about this man, sorta. Kind of based in Iran. When she fell down to her death, the religious guards helped her fall. She couldn't breathe. The people couldn't handle it no more. They had enough. Freedom for the voices. The sun goes down. They march in order for a sense of rights within their community. Enough becomes enough. She lies in a pool of blood with no consequences. They march for the rights of dignity and humanity. They march for something worth fighting for. Men and women. The religious forces don't like this dissonance. Bang! Shots fired. Screams of terror. Fear is drawn with the fired shots, yet they will fight, burn down the establishment. This religious dictator must stop. These killings of women and children, they've had nothing comes free. The guards round up the protesters, and they are the forces not to be reckoned with. Yet, the common people, they fight. They rather die than live where there's no freedom. The historic tale has never seen such resistance against the establishment. Even men are dying for the rights of these women and children, dying by the shots, the beatings. Even that doesn't deter them. The guards become frustrated. They must set an example. They must truly show what real power is. The constant pain and sorrow means nothing for God. They say the poor children and families beaten have been arrested and tortured, and an example for the future resistance. Still, they will not stop the fight. Two young men, 23, willing to defend the rights of women, freedom of expression and justice, for the religious wearing of proper attire, yet they stand trial for protesting. These men, and so many more, become a staple of how a real man will die for a woman. I set it as an example for the protesters, in Iran. They were publicly executed as they were found guilty for war against God, hung on a crane in front of the public square. They were 23. They fought the true battle. In my perspective, they should have never be forgotten. Long live Mohsin Shaikh and Mashhad Radvin and others more. Yeah, that's about it. Done.